Modern Airline Retailing as a program is very important for Emirates and actually the entire group. So we embarked on this journey very early because we recognized that we should generate a good number of benefits of changing our distribution and commercial approach. But when you look at it more closely, then you will realize that it is actually a massive undertaking. It is most likely one of the biggest programs we have embarked on. And even it had a bit of a slow start because it was the understanding at the beginning, how will the standards look like, because how do we change from the current world actually into modern airline retailing. We were always clear that we need to work hand in hand from the distribution and the finance side. So that is key, but it's a long-term journey, as I said before, and it might take some time actually before we really see the true benefits coming through. And there lies the challenges in a kind of way, because we need to look holistically at the entire ecosystem, our business partners also outside. This is not just an internal program. I think we need to look at the staff, the community. There are many areas, departments involved in this. We need to take them along this journey. And with this, I think, comes the criticality of how do we communicate about the program, how do we transition into modern airline retailing. And that's why I think it's really critical that it goes hand in hand from the distribution with the finance side. When we looked from an Emirates perspective at the program Modern Airline Retailing and the different components, whether that is the offer, the order management, the fulfillment, as well as the settlement, we realized very early that we have to collaborate very closely from the distribution side together with finance. Because in each step of the program or the modules, however you want to call it, we have a very close, or we need to have a very close integration between the two areas. Because if you look at in the future, if we put out an offer and an order management, and it moves then into fulfillment, we also have the settlement part. But we also need to recognize at the beginning the revenue component. We will get new elements in there, like dealing with VAT, potentially for different offers we place there in different jurisdictions. And the one can't go without the other. I think that is very critical. And then you have this, which is the central element of modern airline retailing as well. You have the payment part in there. In some airlines it sits with distribution. In some airlines, like with Emirates, it's on the finance side. But again, it requires the interaction and the collaboration from both sides to make it the most effective payment process from the customer side. And if I take, for example, one element where we have worked very closely together is when we looked at the project and we have different elements, then we sit together in our internal IT board where we present all the projects, and this is a collaborative approach which runs across two IT boards. The one is on group services where we have finance. The other one is on the commercial customer side, but it's presented as one business case. And I think that demonstrates very well how we take this program forward, hopefully successfully, jointly between distribution and finance. When you ask me about the benefits from a finance perspective on modern airline retailing on the Emirates side, the least actually I would put forward as an answer at the beginning is any kind of cost-saving elements in finance. I don't think we would do this program for that reason, and that is clearly not in focus. I rather see finance as a service function here for commercial, for distribution, And what I would expect, or what I will expect from Modern Airline Retailing, is that we actually get different information going forward about the customer, about the value customers will bring to us. We can look at it in a very different way. We should get the information also much faster, so that should enable us to take business decisions actually quicker and therefore enhance the revenue and then hopefully as well the profit component when we have fully established Modern Airline Retailing. So it's more the support function and the commercial benefits where we clearly need to set up different processes on the finance side, which Modern Airline Retailing will enable us to do, to generate the benefits which we expect against the investments we actually will undertake. If you look from an industry perspective at Modern Airline Retailing, I think there are only less than a handful very massive programs the industry has embarked on. I mean, you have ESG on the one side, which is of course very high on our agenda and has to be, but on the commercial distribution side, but also linked to finance, it is clearly Modern Airline Retailing. And I would actually encourage all airlines belonging to this industry that if they haven't yet embarked on the journey, get into it. It's a game changer. That's what we strongly believe as part of the consortium airlines who are much closer to the program at this point. But we would encourage everyone to join into the boat because it is a massive transition which we will undertake, and therefore it's critical that we have more and more airlines joining, so we have a solid foundation. And it's a massive undertaking as well. It will change the way how we operate, how we deal with our customers and our distribution partners. And therefore, it's key that we get all the expertise in, and it will be quite a long journey. And I think it can be only a successful one if we all tie in and deliver the benefits at an industry level. So that, I think, is the encouragement. And even if the journey will take us a little bit longer, we are all very confident that it will deliver excellent results at an industry level.